Here are 7 reasons why Norway is going to hell, and
Hæ? Går Norge til helvete nå?
why it affects you, my dear, out there.
Nei! Fattigdom! Fattigdom!
Norwegian have become poor. Rising inflation, the Norwegian kroner, our currency, crashing against dollar and euro.
Se her. Det her er jo klippet som en kinofilm, og hvem sin kopp med penger er det du har stjelt fra nå?
Our salary is not as big as it used to.
Weak Norwegian krone likely to result in real wage decrease.
The electricity.
And everything big as it used to be.
The electricity.
The electricity. Det må være svensker som har laget den videoen her.
And everything has become much more expensive. The food queues are growing rapidly.
And they don't look forward to Christmas.
Nobody does now because we don't have any more money.
Hva er det her for en video? Han starter videoen med å si at Norge er på vei til helvete, vet du. Og vi har ingen penger mer. Det her er en svensk undercover CIA-agent som prøver å skremme nordmenn. Han skremmer alle norske folk og tror at vi er på vei under, sånn at vi skal gå over til Sverige og spørre om hjelp. Men det skjer faen ikke. Sverige lurer oss ikke.
We used to be rich. Maybe you know that. Rich Norway. How rich is Norway?
Very rich.
And now we are poor, of course.
Now we are poor.
If you compare us to other countries where there are poor people, we're not that poor. Because in the end, if
Hvorfor sier han pur?
everything goes down the drain, our government will pay for food, house, electricity and clothes. Meaning we cannot go 3 times a year to Sweden or down south to Spain or something. And
Og han sa Syden, da, så han her er nok norsk. Da respekterer han. Da er det bare en nordmann som prøver å skremme svenske folk som prøver å ta over Norge. Svenskene vil ikke ta over Norge hvis de tror vi er fattige. Det her er enten en svensk CIA-agent eller en norsk veldig smart mann.
if we go there, we don't feel rich. Money is not worth anything anymore. But a good tip for you, come to Norway now. It's super cheap for you guys if you have dollar
Nei!
or euro.
Nei!
And what's the consequences of this? Well, that's next point.
The Norwegian refugees! No! No!
Well, so why are we here, do you think? And due to the financial situation in Norway, there is a group of people that has been forced to leave Norway and they have had to become refugees in another country. And these poor people had to pack their enormous fortune in an instant, running away from danger, from demands and everything. They had to run to the trains behind because they don't want to pay tax. You know, Norway is poor now. We need more taxes.
Er det sånn at der trenger du ikke å betale skatt? I Sveits?
To Switzerland, of course. And the one who has suffered the most of them all must be our national hero, the great cross-country skier of them all, Mr. Bjørn Dæhlie. His story is so sad. When he was a young talent, he was in a sporting club where everything was paid with by tax money from all of us. We took care of him. He had the best trainers and he really had to train and suffer a lot. And then he became the best in the world. And you know, Norway, why are you so ungrateful? Why, when he became rich and famous, had his own company, then we start demanding taxes from him.
Å nei, måtte han betale skatt når han ble rik?
So he had to leave, because why should he pay his fair share to the community Why should his money go to other young talents like he used to be? I mean, it's just not fair.
Det her en faens køddevideo, altså.
So we understand that these rich people are there together, hiding in a small Switzerland village, and are really afraid of Norway and Norwegians. But if you think this was a scandal, the next one, it's shocking.
Nei! Forced adoption? Blir folk tvingt til å adoptere nå?
The Norwegian Child Protection Agency has actually been judged by the International Court of Justice
The Court of Justin Bieber?
for forced adoption and violating human rights of families and parents in Norway. And this is something that no Norwegian knows anything about.
Hæ? Vent, hva faen sto det der? It almost got lost in all the news about the coronavirus. Er det barn? But Norway has been convicted in 2 more cases involving its child welfare agency, Barnevernet. The European Court of Human Rights in Strasbourg ruled that Norwegian authorities violated rights to family life in both. Hæ? Norge behandler de barn sykt?
That no Norwegian knows anything about.
It's fake news. I never heard about
Yes, because in Norway we have such trust. Because in Norway we don't want to hear this. We think it's fake news. We think it's just...
Men det snakker om sannhet her. Norge på vei til helvete?
It's foreigners. They don't understand the system. They don't understand how great actually we are. But people outside of Norway, they always knew. Bollywood made a big blockbuster about this woman family with children running away from the Norwegian Child Protection Agency trying to kidnap her children. BBC has made a long documentary about it. You can find it on YouTube. And actually,
I've seen it. I'm afraid of coming to Norway because I got children.
You should be, because, and in Poland and in other
Hvem det som snakker bak kamera der?
countries, people have marched in the streets against the Norwegian Child Protection Agency. But again,
Driver folk og går demonstrasjoner på grunn av Norge betaler... Nei, Norge stjeler barn? Er det noen flere som har hørt om det her? Jeg har aldri hørt om det før.
against the Norwegian Child Protection Agency. But again, you won't find any about this news, just small, maybe some written stuff about it, because in Norway everything is fine, nothing is wrong. And the next... While the Norwegian people are getting poor, it's the other way around with the Norwegian state. The Norwegian state is getting fatter and fatter, and is swimming in money. Of course, you say it must be due to the oil, because you know that we have a lot of oil and all of that. Yeah, that's part of the reason.
Ja, ok, han er norsk. Da respekterer vi han. Hvis det finner ut at han er svensk, all respekten er vekk, og er politianmelder.
And it has something to do, unfortunately, with the war in Ukraine and the war situation and war in the Middle East with Israel and all of that. Because now Norway is one of the major war profiteers in the world.
We have a long history.
We have a very long history. And
long history. Norway is profiting embarrassingly from war in Europe. Ja, det her har jeg hørt om at Norge tjener faen så mye penger på at det er krig.
It's not only oil and gas, because we have a huge weapon and defense industry.
Det er sant.
And we make the best weapons for war and destruction.
Å ja, den her er faktisk helt syk, det våpenet der. Analkula 18.000. Den har kun blitt brukt i Sverige 2 ganger. Det er som vi finner et mål, og så sender den ned, og den kan kun gå inn via anus.
And there's such a demand for really good Norwegian weapons in the world.
Don't brag too much about it.
No, because we don't want to know about that, because we are
giving away the Nobel Peace Prize.
The Peace Prize.
Det der? Jeg trodde det her var et bibliotek eller noe.
The weapon industry and all of that? No, don't talk about it. Take it under the carpet. But the truth is that money is running in from the wars. And
Hei, det er jo Petter Stordalen. Ja, faen, det er jo snakk om Norge her. Hva stod det her?
Is that
Norway is growing richer by the minute by Prime Minister insists it's no war profiteer.
And Russia has closed their gas pipes to Europe. So, who is producing gas for Europe now? It is Norway!
Hey!
And oil prices due to the thing in Middle East, who is gaining from that?
Han er veldig glad når han snakker med tanke på at det er krig han snakker om. Jeg tror han har fått litt av de der krigspengene.
It's Norway!
Norway!
And all the people dying in the different wars, who is profiting from that? It's Norway!
Mens alle folk dør rundt om i verden, hvem tjener på det? Norge! Det er jo det han basically gjør.
This is 7 deaths in.
And the next is about a growing revolution in Norway.
Human rights violation. Nå håper jeg han tar opp alle svensker og dansker som snakker om Norge på YouTube.
Shut up.
This fall, a group of young people actually stormed our parliament building.
Nei.
Or Congress, if you like, Congress building, as you can see behind us. Yes, it's called Stortinget. They attacked our political representatives, they attacked the government, and they attacked with loud song, strong colors, and Greta Thunberg. This must be typical your way to Norway irony.
Greta!
Yeah. But it's not, it's a reality, because the Norwegian government 2 years ago was judged by Norwegian Supreme Court in violating human rights of the indigenous people in Norway called Sami, which I am one part of.
Oi! Han er same selv. Vet du hva? Jeg synes det er tøft at vi har et eget indigenous people. Og gjett hva jeg skal gjøre til ære for det. Hey, oh, hey, oh. Hey, oh, hey, oh, Der sprakk stemmen. Det var min respekt for det samiske folk. Corruption! Er det korrupsjon i Norge?
But thank God, Norway is still the least corrupt and most transparent country in the world.
Det er kanskje det som er problemet. Man trenger et korrupt land for å få et bra land. Alle er mennesker, alle har en pris.
At least we like to think so. But the hard truth is that, well, I think Norway have the most naive people in the world.
Aye.
And that's the truth. Because we adorn ourselves with lies and illusions, so our politicians can actually silently do whatever they do without us looking, because we don't have corruption in Norway.
Det er sant.
But this fall and this summer, the skeletons just fall out from the closet, and there are now a lot of corrupted politicians, ministers in our current government. But the greatest scandal of them all, it was our previous Prime Minister, Erna Solberg. She was like a country mother, and she ruled for 8 years.
8 år.
We trusted her.
And suddenly we know that her little husband that was always behind
Ja.
her, helping her, he was doing some really bad things.
Ja, det så sykt det. Han der investerte i ting. Det her sånn, jeg har forstått det. Han driver og investerer, for eksempel i, la oss si da, hun styrer landet. Så hvis han hadde investert i, nei, hvordan blir det? Hun sier at, ja, i morgen skal jeg stenge alle togbaner i hele landet. Da investerer han i at togbanene kommer til å stenges i hele landet, hvis dere skjønner, for da vet han det på forhånd, så tjener han masse penger. Men vet dere hva? Jeg respekterer grinden uansett. Tro det eller ei, de her fortsatt mennesker, akkurat som jeg og du. Hadde jeg funnet ut av på en eller annen måte at et eller annet skulle stenges eller startes, noe kom opp eller ned, da hadde jeg jo investert. Ok, la.
Because he had an intense day trading hobby. So each time she, Erna Solberg, our previous prime minister, made...
Ja, jeg kommer ikke til å sove i natt, for Norge på vei til helvete uten at vi vet det.
Financial things about Norway and then he went to his office and they traded out of it, so both of them became rich on her decisions for Norway.
And she's the biggest moron.
Still, we don't use the word corruption in news and so on. No, they say it's a lack of character. No, maybe he had a gambling problem. And you know what she has promised? She has promised that if she becomes prime minister again...
Hvis ikke du fjerner det spyttet på leppa, det snart så klikker det for meg.
Which she won't, and that's a scandal, I think. Then she will hire a nanny for her husband, and this nanny will watch him 24/7
So he's going to nanny Jane.
So he just needs a nanny, and then we don't have any corruption in Norway.
We are all of the same
Absolutely,
greedy.
but the prime minister, that's the...
Maybe they are corrupt too.
No, who knows. But for you guys, Norway is still the best place to work and live in. We have the best pension scheme, we have the longest parental leaves, we have good work-life balance, high salaries, clean air.
Her har jeg gått mange ganger, for jeg savner å bo i Oslo når jeg ser det her.
So at least foreigners still thinks that Norway is the best place.
Når jeg ser på Oslo, tenker jeg når jeg jobbet i NRK, hadde fine kollegaer, jeg møtte opp, hadde venner. Min eneste kollegaer nå høyrehånda mi, og dere er mine kollegaer da, dere som ser på. Men nå sitter jeg her, og har plutselig blitt livredd for at Norge går under, og er ganske sikker på at jeg får en økonomisk smell da skattegreiene kommer. For hvis Dennis klarer å gå konkurs, da klarer faen meg det også.
Still thinks that Norway is the best place to work and live in, right?
Yeah, I want to come.
But no. Actually, Expat Insider 2023 just showed us that the expats all over the world think Norway is the second worst country to live and work in. Only...
Hæ? Har vi gått helt ned til bottom 10? Og helt i bånn av bottom 10?
And you might think, no, that must be an error. But no, they said, these people that you see around...
Det må være feil. Det løgn.
We Norwegians are cold, close and unfriendly, so you won't get any friends here, you won't get any network here.
So what do they think about me behind here?
Yeah, well, they are not interested in foreigners, so you would feel alone in Norway. And the expat says that the food is stinky, the nightlife is boring, and everything is too expensive for them.
Nå var det mye på en gang her.
Not even this great place for you guys either.
I thought it was the happiest country in the world.
And yes, because Norwegians still pretend that we are the happiest, the best place and everything else.
Yeah.
And that was the 7 reasons, guys.
The 7 reasons.
And which one surprised you the most? Leave us a comment and give us a like and subscribe.
I have another question. What's changing in your country?
What is it? Leave that comment. Till next time, bye-bye.
even though it's rather depression topic, I always enjoy your perspectives. Thank you for bringing these issues to the wider world. Jeg føler jeg har lært noe her. Jeg skal tenke hardt I natt og glemme det igjen I morgen, for Norge best. Norge! Vi kan kjøpe hele Sverige om vi vil!